Welcome to BIOS Engineer YouTube channel.
Today I made a video about why there are no more free BIOS now. I lived in different countries, and one day I settled in Belarus. This country had an abundance of food for little money, and paying for my own apartment in the summer cost me €7. The citizens of the place where I lived were mostly Poles. For me, as a European, this is a mentally close and friendly people. During a bike ride, I could easily be in Lithuania or Poland. My city is located on the borders of these countries. In fact, I only lived there, and worked all over the world. The fact of the colony of Russia excludes any development of the state in whatever it is. Russians can only rob and kill. And one day a man with a drawing of cockroach and slipper came from the Russians. Thus began the operation to delegitimize the incumbent president of Belarus. For me personally, I had doubts about the legitimacy of this government even before the tragic events of August 2020. And so a man from Russia with a drawing of cockroach and slipper and other Russian agents under various legends, using patriotic slogans and pro-Russian propaganda media, in August 2020 gathered protest marches from patriotic Belarusians. The goal of the agents was not to overthrow the occupation regime of the communist Lukashenko, but to identify people who disagree with the regime. To do this, they called on the Belarusians to go out against the armed servants of Lukashenko and the Russian military and police brought to Belarus at that time. Events since August 2020 in Belarus can be viewed on the internet, so I will not retell what happened there. After the Belarusians threatening the Lukashenko regime and the Kremlin were arrested, and some were forced to flee the country. According to some reports, about 2 million people left Belarus. Together with the Belarusians at that time, Lukashenko threw Russian agents into prisons as well. For which even today in the information space they are fighting under the guise of Belarusian, pro-Russian propaganda media, not for the fight, but for the sake of propaganda and money. The result of all was the complete occupation of Belarus and then a big war against Ukraine. I know perfectly well who the Russians are. It is not safe for me to be under their occupation. Everything that I had in Belarus at the time of the occupation, I had to leave and return to Germany. Now I need to rebuild the laboratory, and first I want to choose a country where I can live. The illusion of democracy in my country worries me a lot, but there is absolutely nothing I can do about it because Germany is just an illusion of democracy. Thanks for watching, see you in the next videos.